I'm Zenzi, that's Zanzi. My payroll name is Deb Helfrich, and Eric. This is going to be as brief as I can make it. Socratic Express! Sorry, your book is named the Socrates Express, but I'm going to email out to you Socratic Espresso. Incredible book. I mean, what an enjoyable and impactful journey. And I need your help. I won't tell you why, you can get into all that, but it's really crucial that you help me in whatever way. I don't know, maybe you'll just call some Stanford professors. I haven't had anyone to talk to over the entire holiday season, so I'm a little bit rusty. It's also the middle of the atmospheric river on the Pacific coast. Ooh, so a bit. What do you get when you're in a very, very wet car? Now, I am a Carnegie Mellon degreed BA philosopher. What happens when even just a few people agree that the smartest human on the planet is a woman with simply a BA degree? I've sorted the hard problem of consciousness into an easy pivot. I got a few, so many. Your help to reach Daniel Dennett, Intuition Pumps, and coming shortly from an interlibrary loan near me, from Bach to bacteria and back. Him and Gazaniga, these are the top guys in consciousness. And let me just give you the denouement. Go to the index. They don't talk about altered states of consciousness. Creativity is one. There's many of them. There's a great deal of them. Altered states of consciousness. Philosopher David Abram, The Spell of the Sensuous. This is my whole thing. Husserl, Heidegger, Merleau-Ponty, David Abram, me. I'm also, as I think I've said in my, well, no, I didn't write this in the email. I'm the whistleblower of the Western thought tradition. What we're going to do is I had a 2-decade career as a payroll implementation software consultant. The IRS in 50 states and numerous cities and counties and whatnot were my clients. I can take a lot of big data in this brain and theorize successfully and create impactful systems. I'm asking you, and I've went a little bit quick over all this, to be the first collaborator to help me beat Elon Musk to $1 trillion. Now, he probably means dollars, but I mean people. And if you're going to help 1 trillion people, like actually as in SOS, saving our species from self-extincting, in the philosophical premise of approximately 30 years, this is for your daughter, for everyone in her life that she was going to care about, for all women everywhere. It's really, really important. Bonobo sisterhood. This is a Harvard Law professor, Diane Rosenfeld. You kind of want to check this out. Supreme Court has determined that it's not necessary, even though that there's a law that says the police shall help women out when they get restraining orders. Supreme Court, men on the Supreme Court, shall is not really committing the police to acting. There's a case, city of Castle Rock, where a woman had a restraining order. She went to the police. I won't say specifically, but it was 4 to 5 times in an entire day. The man took the 3 daughters, purchased a shotgun, and shot them to death, while the police didn't trust, believe, care about the woman. Somebody's got to go out there and be the woman to stand against the men. Not all men, whiteness. Those men who are committed to the violence and the dehumanization of whiteness Can't handle mob tooth. All right, so what have I shown you? Next up, because I'm very serious about this, saving our entire species. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the universe in a single atom, the convergence of science and spirituality. So he's all about learning the science. And I mean, talk to everybody. The Dalai Lama, he is a smart human, but he's not just religion in this woo-woo, let go, let God. Buddhism is not a theistic religion. I've been an atheist since 15. And here locally, we had a Rinpoche, and one of the members of the Sangha who went around and took pictures of all of the Tibetan refugees all around India. They're all around India. I know that you got a lot going on in your heart about India and Gandhi. The Rinpoche here, he had to escape Tibet relatively like this millennium. And there was a thing where he had a dream, and it was I can't do it as well as he was because I didn't know the denouement, and it was an interesting dream. But the denouement was he was able to get word to the Dalai Lama, who sent 3 helicopters to his people in his little escape team. Action in the world. Everyone's focused on meditation and academic philosophy. Bring these things into the chaos of 2023. This is my role. Now, also, some fiction. Beatrice and Virgil. Oh my God, Jan Martel. There's no better, I think, compliment I could give you than to let you know I was reading the Socratic Espresso alongside this book. And this goes with the Buddhism. This goes with the sentient beings, with consciousness, with, me really taking quantum physics, quantum philosophy, Roland Omnez. Of course, the guy's French. This is cutting edge. Nowhere near where I am. So between Daniel Dennett, Gazaniga, consciousness is not instinct. That is a cop-out. And you see what I'm saying here? I'm an expert synthesizer. And consciousness is the most complex phenomenon. And my plan is not to start with phenomenology. You see, here's the rub of my challenge. I mean, philosophy is done near one extinct. Academic philosophy is just not pertinent. They didn't see me. Nobody mentored me. Nobody, I was morbidly obese. So, without a penis, I had a lot of free time on my hands. And I also, being autistic, wasn't really particularly wanting to be socialized. I'm non-domesticated. And that's back to the spell of the sensuous, Merleau-Ponty, Heidegger, being in time, various things. I'm reading right here, right now. I've got a better explanation for time. The kinds of explanations that belong to humanity, not academic science, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm the founder, the inventor. Hashtag stand-up philosophy. I'm going to get on a stage and throw down like Dave Chappelle. I have been practicing and preparing, and I got that. Hashtag redheaded She-Hulk. That's the first of many one-woman Socratic improvs that I then want to find a patron to create a club scene where we can have, not comedy clubs where people get insulted, but to come in and have Socratic dialogues. Place where people, and I like it to be cannabis edible. The very, dessert club we need to understand cannabis is not just about recreation. Not only does every human have an endocannabinoid system, almost all life does. Certainly all vertebrates. And, you know, like anybody's done the research, it was racism. But it seems some invertebrates as well. Invertebrates. Consciousness. These capable beings. Invertebrates. There's The Soul of the Octopus by Cy Montgomery. There's The Mind of a Bee by Lars Chitka. And Daniel Dennett talks about Chitka's work. We go around saying, well, you know, humans, we got this language thing on our side. Honeybees have a waggle dance. And that dance, when you get the perspective and the orientation right, it's a direct map of coordinates to the food source they just found. We can't handle that kind of complexity. Especially with everyone with 3-second post-pandemic social media attention spans. This is why I'm being left to die. Nobody has an attention span to listen to me. And I'm trying. I've built this persona to be childlike and playful. That seems to really... You can't be playful and do philosophy. In you know, the standard people I'm meeting in the public who I'm trying to ask for help. So like I said, there's, you know, in the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg is the hashtag Redheaded She-Hulk stand-up philosophy. The horizon between, that's life-centric thinking. That belongs to all humanity. I'm going to go across every nook and cranny of Earth, talking to people. And I'm going to bet you Africans, Indians, etc., are going to accept the truths of hashtag well-being philosophy a lot quicker than the US of hypocrisy. And in fact, when I was at Carnegie Mellon, they left me to die. I was in the parking lot, living in the parking lot for 7 months. All kinds of emails, call professors, professionals, zero responses. It's what the pandemic has done. But when I was talking to a number of the kids, and all the kids are like, you should go to India, you should go to India. My innovation is I'm going to Africa. Because what happened in India is a direct descendant of what happened in Africa. We're all African ancestrally. If we don't get that untwisted really quickly, the evil that has been done to Africans, I'm not letting it continue. All right, so that's been my pitch. Underneath the iceberg, hashtag well-being philosophy. How we thinking about being human. Again, real science like the endocannabinoid system, real science like the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectromagnetism. I don't do math very well. Millions of testable hypotheses. The Western thought tradition and in its difference from all of our ancestral wisdom, whether it be Tibetan or San, Kalahari Bushman, we have frozen ourselves in one level of brainwaves, alpha brainwaves. There's a lot more brainwaves up there. And the whole focus right now is to come down into theta and be mindless, mindfulness, and meditate. Truth, very necessary. Mindfulness, meditation are the clutch. You must know how to be in interconnection and love for the entirety of our species, for the entirety of life on Earth. And oh my God, does it get fun. You get daily ability on demand to shift into ecstatic trances. And I do it via communication and conversation. Eric, this is me at the very lowest point in my life. And if we can have a conversation, and if you can maybe help me meet a couple Stanford professors, or get an email to Daniel Dennett, or I don't know. I'd like to create, the X Prize concept where the money prizes. I need to launch a P Prize project, a multidisciplinary. We don't need just neurosciences. We need biophysicists and biomedical engineers, and I'm going to need some chemists and some biologists. This is pulling everything together. It's a theory of everything from consciousness outward, based on the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectromagnetism, which yields unifying theory of human energy, potential, well-being. Take that, Descartes, Newton, Darwin, Freud, and Einstein. All their work, good as it is, every single one of them neglected consciousness. When they measured, they did not include the measure. And that's direct from the Twitter spheres. Philosopher laureate M.C. Hammer. When you measure, include the measure. Can't touch this.